Yo.
We back again.
APFP, what up? We here.
Man, it's been, yesterday was huge. World Cup final was yesterday.
Amazing day.
We can just get right into it, man. Was that the best game you've ever seen? No, scratch that. 2 questions. Is that the best game you've ever seen, and is that the best game of all time?
So yesterday in the moment, yes, I was thinking yes.
Oh, okay.
But we can't forget Istanbul.
We
can't forget Liverpool being down 3-0 at halftime, coming back to win the Champions League final. It's another final. You know what I mean? It's not as clear,
That's a good one.
concise as I was feeling like it was yesterday. Just got to keep it honest.
That's a good one. Now, to be clear, he is a Liverpool fan.
So what?
That's gonna no. I just wanted to be clear. We have all of our biases on the table. You're a Liverpool fan, so that one is gonna probably mean a little bit more to you, which is fair. I'm not saying that's not fair. I'm just saying you're a Liverpool fan.
There's an argument to be had.
But no, that's a very, very good, because I was trying to think of games that could compare, and I was really struggling. Like, all right, if we were gonna have an argument about this, what other game could come too close?
I just told you. I told you which one.
No. That's a very good pick. Good pick.
Liverpool still in the running for one of the best matches of all time.
I'm personally, I'm going to put a World Cup final over the Champions League final.
And let's keep our biases in place for you as well. You are a huge Messi fan and are a huge Barcelona fan.
Of course.
And watched Messi's entire rise.
Of course.
And followed him to PSG and became a PSG fan just because Messi went there.
No. We need to clear that up.
You started buying their gear.
That doesn't mean I'm a fan of the team. People have gear of other teams that you have Real Madrid gear. Are you a Real Madrid fan?
Yes, I am.
Okay, but that didn't replace your love for Liverpool, right?
No, but you asked if I'm a fan.
Right. Okay.
Are you a fan of PSG?
I'm a fan of Messi and Neymar. That's who I'm a fan of. I'm not
you followed them to PSG. That's all.
No. I didn't. But that doesn't mean I'm a fan of PSG.
Of course. I'm just making sure the biases are in place.
No. I'm answering the question you asked.
You got to keep the biases in place, just like you did for me.
Of course. And I'm answering your question. You said, are you a fan of PSG? I said, no. I'm a fan of Messi and Neymar. I want that to be clear. So, yes, I am a Messi fan. So, I am biased towards Messi. That 1,000% true. I'll admit that.
Are you a fan of PSG's gear?
Of their gear, yes, 1,000%. I'm a fan of their gear. I think they have probably the best gear of all, like the Jordan gear, the all black stuff they have. A lot of their gear to me is dope. So yes, I'm a huge fan of their gear, which is why I started buying the gear. Now, and to be clear, when the whole European Super League thing came up, I was very conflicted as a fan because I didn't like that. Barcelona was a part of that, and yes, I was definitely conflicted in that time. I think that was right during quarantine and everything. But no, I am a Barcelona fan. I actually was recently in Barcelona, went to a game where we beat Villarreal, I believe 3-0. So no, I am still a Barcelona fan, and I just do support Messi. Okay, so, but no, I'll say that's a great game to bring up in competition with the World Cup final. I personally, I'm going to go with the World Cup final over a Champions League final, personally, especially with everything that it meant for the legacy and of Lionel Messi.
One of your favorite players of all time, if not your second favorite player of all time.
He's one of my favorite players of all time. Yes,
second
one of my
favorite.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's one of my favorite players of all time.
I'm just trying to make sure everything is kept in place.
Oh no, I'm just answering. I'm answering the stuff you're saying.
You tried to come at my pick and try to throw the fact that I'm a Liverpool fan in there. So I just want everyone to know, why you're choosing your pick as well.
No, I'm explaining why I'm choosing my pick. It's not just because I'm a fan of Messi. I'm explaining.
That's not why I chose my pick, though.
I didn't say it was.
I know, but you threw it out there just to make the listeners think that had something to do with it, when it's really just about which game is better, and it's hard to choose. There's an argument to be had.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. I think there's an argument to be had.
Good.
I've been saying that. There's an argument to be had.
Okay.
I'm personally going with the World Cup final. That's my opinion. But I could see people going for that game. I could see people going for that game come back from 3-0.
It's a little wilder.
No, I wouldn't say it was wilder, but it is a wild game. That's a wild game. So I think a lot of people would probably choose a World Cup final over a Champions League final, but that's a good one. That's a good one. It's tough to think of others. Hey, if we're going to really think about it, Barcelona, Real Madrid, 3-3 draw in the league. Messi, Ronaldinho, Eto'o, Messi scoring a hat trick to come back and draw the game in like the 90th minute. I think we got to put that in there also for what that means.
I think not.
A Clasico.
I think not, though. Respectfully.
Right.
I know.
No
extra time.
And you're
it
biased.
Ends in a draw. It ended in a draw.
You're biased, of course, against Barcelona.
As
you just said you're a Real
as
Madrid
a
fan.
Barcelona fan.
How am I? What do you mean I'm biased?
You're biased.
I'm not biased against Liverpool.
No, but you're biased in terms of saying that 3-3 match may be one of the best matches ever because you're a Barcelona fan. So that was a huge match for you personally.
No, I mean, I can see why people may say that, but no, yes, it was a huge match for me personally, but it also was a huge match in the world of football. It puts Messi on the spotlight. It was a Clasico, which some people say is the biggest game in the world. You know, it is one of the biggest games in the world. So I think that's something that can be added to the discussion of some of the best games of all time for what that meant. And I don't think you've actually really watched that game since it happened, probably, which was like 2007 or something like that, you know? So as someone that has seen that game even more recently and looking at the football being played, that's a really big game, man. That's a really big game.
I have one more.
Throw it at me.
Manchester City winning the title in the last minute of stoppage time.
That's a big one. That's a big one too.
And one that's going to go under the radar.
It is.
Another one. 4-4 Arsenal Liverpool. Arshavin scores four goals in a match.
Yeah, I'm not going with that one. I'm not going with that one.
Fine. I'm just talking about best matches. You're talking about impact and, you know.
No, I'm talking about best matches too.
That's huge. That was a very big. That was a very cool match.
But
let's go back to the City one. We'll skip that one because I feel like people will hate on that one. But
maybe rightfully
City winning the title.
That was huge.
Not the most recent one versus Aston Villa. The one. Who did
this
they
was 2012. They were playing QPR. Joey Barton got sent off. You know, we got Carlos Tevez still on there. Yes. That was
Mario Balotelli with the assist.
Aguero scoring the winning goal. I remember that because I was actually at graduation for college when that was happening. So it was actually annoying. I wasn't able to watch that game because we had to walk. But that's a big one too. That's a big one too. I think Champions League final, World Cup final is going to take precedence over that.
Still a trophy winning match, though.
No, of course. I'm just saying. For me, CL final and World Cup final are going to take precedence over Premier League game. But
City's first Prem.
Was it their first one?
It had to be.
I don't know. We should look that up. We should look that up because that could be disrespectful to City fans if we're saying that.
Fuck those plastic fair weather fans who came over because somebody bought their club with a lot of money. Fuck them.
That's not all of the City fans though. There were a lot of City fans in Manchester that were there since.
Yeah, they were hiding.
They weren't good. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, you know, we can show respect to the fans that have been with the club for years and years and are now finally seeing the team be good.
Yeah, no, of course. This is tongue-in-cheek. Yeah. It's not 2001, 2012 was their first
2011
EPL title. 2011, 2012. It was the 2011-2012 season.
Was that just Premier League before they won the league, or is that?
Yeah. We're just talking Premier League.
Oh, Premier League. Oh, yeah. Okay. If we're just talking Premier League, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like league championship.
Nah. We're talking Prem generation. Nobody gives Liverpool that leeway when we talk about modern day trophies and shit.
Oh, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. That's why it was a big deal when United finally passed Liverpool in the number of trophies or what have you, because you counted all of the trophies that Liverpool had won. It wasn't just like.
But the argument was Liverpool. They've never won the Premier League, and it's like, bro, we have the most. At a point, we had the most league titles ever. But everyone was just stuck on they've never won a Premier League. That was the thing. So no. That is why I have to give it extra clout, because people gave it extra clout when it was a negative for us when they were saying we hadn't won the Prem, even though we had won the league more times than anybody who was ever clowning us for not winning the Prem.
Right. Listen,
true or not?
I don't know if that was what was happening. I just remember it being a big deal that United finally passed the amount of trophies Liverpool had, because Liverpool had so many trophies. They were so dominant in the 70s, 80s, and stuff.
So it was never a thing. You never heard that be a thing. Liverpool has never won the Prem. You used that against me?
I think people made fun of you for it, but I didn't think it was like. Yeah, definitely. Okay. But I didn't think it was like that big of a, like, people obviously knew Liverpool had the most trophies in England. That's why it was a big deal that United passed. And it was like, wow, Ferguson finally did it. But yeah, when you're debating, because yes, Liverpool fans have a big chip on their shoulder. They had a big chip on their shoulder and would constantly. Let's not act like it was all one sided. Okay, Liverpool fans would attack other people's fans as well. So it's not just Liverpool fans are just sitting here with their hands on their laps, twiddling their thumbs, and everyone else is attacking them. No, Liverpool fans were also going at people. So yeah, people are going to come at a weak spot or perceived weak spot, which is that y'all hadn't won in mad long, and y'all spent mad money on a bunch of players that ended up being trash. Like, you had Rafa Benitez in there buying guys like, who was it, Mark Gonzalez or people like that just weren't good. So, the people were going to come at you.
He had talent.
Okay, but people were going to come at you. People were going to come at you. So, I hear you. I hear you, though. I mean, especially as a fan, I hear how these things can sting. I get that. But we don't have to take it out on the City fans that have been there all.
No. It's all jokes. It's all jokes. It's all jokes, everybody.
Respect to the City fans that have been there. That have been there. No respect to the fans that came over.
That's all I'm saying.
In 2008 when Yaya Toure came and Roberto Mancini or whatever. 2009.
Right.
Or 2010.
And the ones who were hiding.
When Robinho came, whatever. When was that? 2010?
Yeah, around then.
So, no. That we have to draw that distinction as well.
And no respect to the City fans who were hiding when they were trash but popped back out when they were good.
Facts.
I fought through all of the trash years at Liverpool.
Facts. And I've been fighting through some trash years at Barcelona. I can tell you that from experience. It's not been easy as a Barcelona fan. Okay, so I'm glad we both have. Everyone has to go through it, and we're going through it now. But
it's easy to be a Barca fan. But let's continue.
No.
Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's leave because let's get back to the.
Okay, well then no. Well, I'm going to address that. It's not easy being a Barca fan when the management is trash and we're losing all of our best players, and now we're going from that's what happens. Yes, you have periods.
It's easy after you've won everything mad times and. You know what I mean?
When I first started as a Barca fan, we were in a downtime. We weren't winning everything all the time. Madrid was the team that was winning everything. They were the Galacticos. A little history. I first became a Barca fan in 2003 once Ronaldinho got there. We weren't winning everything all the time. That was why we had to get Ronaldinho, why we had to get Eto'o, and why we had to get Deco and all this stuff. We weren't that good. So then we were still fighting in the UEFA Cup a bunch of times. Sometimes we didn't even qualify for the Champions League. So in that period. So... No, it wasn't just I joined the team once we were winning Champions Leagues. It took at least 3 years for us to even win the Champions League.
You joined them when Ronaldinho signed, correct?
Right, when Ronaldinho signed. So that's going to be 20 years ago next year.
And how many years did it take for him to win the league or Champions League after he signed?
The Champions League was first one in 2006, so it was 3 years.
What about the league?
I think that was 2005, 2006. Or maybe, 2005, 2006 we won the league and the Champions League. So I think 2005, 2006 was the first League One.
Okay, so you had about 3 years of not winning, 2 years of not winning anything as a fan before you got into Barcelona's glory years. I went through years, like 8 years or more as a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, you did.
So that's why I'm saying it's easy for you.
And I'm saying it's not. When you win... When you go winless, you win something, and then we have a year where we get destroyed, 07, 08, 06, 07, 07, 08, we're trash again. So it's not like it was just smooth sailing. And then we got better again. Our team was managed better than yours.
That's what I'm saying.
Not going to apologize for that, but it's not easy just going through ups and downs like that.
From your perspective, but you've gone through 2-year increments of down periods before extremely high highs. Yes. And I've gone through 8, 9, maybe 10 years of down periods.
Right.
Before some highs but not as high as we think we possibly can go, and then another high, but then in another tournament we may not go as far as we think we should have gone.
Right.
When your highs are, we're winning everything for 4 years. We won this trophy, we won that trophy, we won 10 trophies, you won 8 trophies. Pep Guardiola wins 10 trophies. Luis Enrique wins 8 trophies. No, it's not the same.
Listen, yes, you have had a worse experience as a fan than I have had. I will never.
No, I won't.
That.
I won't let you say worse.
Okay, but that's what you're arguing.
No, more difficult, a tougher road. Don't say worse, because I think my club is the best club in the world, even when we're not the best team in the world. So
right.
No.
Even when your players racially abuse other players. We don't have to get into all that.
Come on, chill.
But okay, so you've
had that player went to your team and you loved them.
You've had a. So are we getting into it or not?
I'm just saying that player.
Are we getting into it?
I had to get my line off too. That player went to your team and you loved him.
Yeah, after he's.
I know, but you got your one line off. So let me just get my retort off,
so
and then
we'll
move on.
We'll leave it. Okay,
and then we move on. Okay.
But yes, listen. You've had a more difficult experience over a longer stretch of time.
Let's not even say more difficult. Let's say more turbulent. Let's say more turbulent. Turbulent.
Okay, you can say how you want. You've had a more turbulent.
I would never say it's difficult supporting this club.
You don't even watch them anymore. You can't even watch them.
The Prem. I don't like the style of football.
You don't like your club. You don't like your club.
I love my club.
Then why aren't you watching them?
Because I don't like the style of football we play.
Right, so it's difficult to support them right now.
No, it's not. It's easy to support them.
You can support them,
it's
but
difficult
you can't
to
watch
them.
When's the last game you watched live of Liverpool?
A couple matches this season.
I didn't say. I said, when is the last time you watched them live?
I don't. A couple months ago, a month ago or so. I don't necessarily remember.
Yeah.
But I don't like the style of football we play. I like beautiful football, pass connection,
right.
and when the game is played the right way and not just worried about speed and explosion and high intensity pressing and running 50 miles per hour all the time.
But you were watching them when they were like battling for the. You want to check that?
That's my phone. It's good.
You were watching them when they were battling for the Premier League and battling for the Champions League. You were watching them, but now all of a sudden they're not really battling for these things, and you're not watching them. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm just trying to get to the bottom.
And I have an answer.
Okay.
Last season, we were challenging, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't watching them then either. I don't like the style of football we play.
Okay.
So yes, it's not just when we're challenging and not challenging. We were challenging at an extremely high level last season.
No, okay.
I wasn't.
I'm just asking the questions. I just want people to know. I want.
And I'm making it clear.
Yeah.
It's not just a fair weather thing. No, we were winning at a very high rate last season, and I wasn't watching them.
Okay, good. I hope so. All right. So to kind of close this off, yes, you may have had a more turbulent time than me as a fan.
It's not may have.
Okay, you've had a more turbulent time than me as a fan.
Exactly.
But as of now, where it was 2015, Messi left a couple years ago. We're like going on a good 4 years right now of.
No, you're not.
Okay, how long has it been?
2. Didn't you win the league like 3 years ago?
3 years ago?
Or 2 seasons ago?
No, 2 seasons ago. No, 2 seasons ago.
I'll check.
Yeah. Check the last time we won the league. Check the last time we won the league, please, because we've been hiring coaches that are trash. Players don't even respect. We've been losing player after player. We lost Neymar. We lost Messi. We've got Coleman. No one liked him. And now we're finally, last year we actually had a good turnaround. We ended up finishing second, but it's been a lot. And these problems are really, as I've been telling people, these problems really started back in, I'd say earlier than 2015, but around 2015.
You won the league in 2019, 3 years ago.
3 years ago, right. It wasn't 2 years ago.
That's nothing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, as of now, we're going on this period now where it's going to be really hard for us.
And you were runners-up the next season and runners-up last season. It's not the same.
No, it's different. Your expectations were different. For us, winning the league, not winning the league is a failure. For you guys, finishing.
It's a failure for us as well.
No, but for you guys, finishing the top 4 was like your goal, and so when you were like around there, it was like, yeah, we did really well. For just because we finished second, that doesn't mean, oh, that's good. That's maybe the Liverpool standard for like finishing second. That's good. For us, that's a failure. So it's not like
we also follow all FIFA fair play rules. We haven't gotten any types of suspensions, fines, or anything like that, like Barcelona has. So that also makes it easier for you to, say you have a better run club. You're breaking rules to sign great players.
I mean, that's open to interpretation, and that's your interpretation. That's fine.
Just got.
I would say you guys were spending hundreds of millions of pounds or dollars, whatever you want to call it, over multiple years, signing all kinds of players, and you chose wrong. So I think, I'm not going to really, we don't have to go into that, but you guys had a lot of money. You guys were spending more money than like United at one point, and were just buying the wrong players. Like I said, Mark Gonzalez, guys like that weren't going to make an impact on your club, and then, that's the way it happens. Then what's the name? You actually get a club, you get a good run going, and then people slip at inopportune times, and people can't handle the pressure. So we can go back and forth all day. I guess maybe we can get back to this to the World Cup final. But okay. So your take on the final? What did you think? What were your review of everything that happened?
That was
we got to go into how we actually watched it too, though. What happened, and how did that affect your mindset going in?
It's crazy. I'm a coach. Like I said last episode, I coach a football team, and in any country besides America, if your team has a match the weekend of the World Cup final, the match would be canceled.
Right.
Not here. I had to coach a match. The match started at 9:30. The final started at 10, but the match was going to be over at 10:15.
Right.
Right? I have to go to the match. It's my job. So I go.
Wait, but who texts you in the morning of to try to get you jammed up even more?
So, since the team actually has,
should we talk about this? Is that okay? Yeah, maybe okay. We don't have to talk. About that.
I don't know.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about that. I don't know.
The team has 18, 15 to 18 players, and we're playing in an indoor tournament since it's the winter, and there are 6 players on the field at once. So we split the team up into teams of 9. All right, or maybe 8. But regardless, there are 2 teams. My team is playing at 9:30, right? And the second team, who our assistant coach is in charge of, they're playing at 10:15.
Right.
Okay? The morning of, my assistant coach texts me and tells me, "I'm sick. Do you mind staying for the second match?"
The morning of the World Cup final.
The morning of the final.
This person just happens to get sick.
I'm sick too. We're all sick.
All of us are sick today.
Well, you don't get that excuse off on me. I apologize.
That was hilarious.
So I let them know I had plans right after, important family plans right after. And they didn't even show up to their match.
And on the one hand, I respect that. It's the World Cup final. You got to do what you got to do.
Got to respect it.
But don't try and sucker me into doing what you got to do, because you want to just watch the World Cup final, which obviously we all get.
We all want to watch it, though.
But I prefer you just be honest. Like, listen, World Cup final is today. I know you're already there working this game.
Right.
So can you just do my game, and then like the next 2, any time that you need me to cover you for the next 2 or 3 times, I got you. Something like that.
Right.
And it's just like, you're already missing some of it. So okay, you're gonna miss a little bit more. It's not that big a deal. But yeah, that was a wild message to send.
It was bold. But I stood my ground. I only coached my match, and I left.
Much respect.
And went to go watch the final.
So then we started the final probably about 11.
Around 11 o'clock.
Couldn't look
an
at our
hour
phones.
late.
Couldn't look at our phones or nothing.
Nothing.
People texting about the game. Don't want to make a mistake. You just automatically go to ESPN for something. You just can't. Just had to keep the phones down.
The coverage cut off after the first 15-minute extra time period.
So now we just have to fill up the time playing Super Smash Bros. On the Switch until it comes back.
And I was cooking them up on that game.
Don't lie to the people. Really don't lie to the people.
I had the most KOs on every match.
How many did you win?
In terms of most KOs every time?
No, in terms of victories. How many victories did you have?
That is a victory for me.
See, that's the Liverpool
Having
standard.
the most KOs
getting fourth
every
place,
match.
Getting fourth place is the victory.
I was
for them.
never fourth.
I was
never
That's
fourth.
the issue.
I
Getting
was never
something
fourth.
besides the ultimate
never
W.
fourth.
Getting something besides ultimate W's is victories for Liverpool fans. This is why things have.
KOs is
for
the
me,
ultimate W in Super Smash Bros.
I want to be clear. I never lost a match in that stretch. I want to be perfectly clear. I never lost.
And you never led the match in kills either.
KOs,
rather.
I finished in first place every time, period. So then.
And I finished first in KOs every time. We're playing Super Smash Bros, not Super Win Bros.
The
point of the game is to cook people up, knock them off the stage.
To get a win.
Yeah, but if you win and you get 7 kills and then 7 KOs and the second place person gets 16 KOs.
And you lost. You lost. That's
to
like,
you.
That's like, That's like LeBron James, I scored 50 points every night and we lost every game.
Bro,
you lost.
If your
lost.
If your KOs are substantially less than the second place person, I'm holding that against you, and I'm counting that as a win.
And
especially if it's double.
And how many times did you finish in first place? I'm gonna ask you that.
In KOs every time.
How many times did you win the games? How many times did you win the fights and victories? And when it says so-and-so won, how many times did you get that message?
I don't remember.
Right. I remember 0. I got that every time, period. So this isn't the Super Smash Bros. Pod. We could turn it into that.
Yeah.
But we can go.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the game. What are your thoughts on the game?
So, after we get back, I get back from my match. Match starts. Okay.
Yep.
Argentina. I predicted Argentina would win 2-0.
Right. And I had them at 2-1. I had Argentina winning 2-1. Our friend had France 3-2.
Very close, very close. And my argument was Argentina they can win it. They can win it. I said it last episode. They could win this match 2-0. They get some goals quickly somehow, and France just misses their chances. And and I thought that's how it was about to go.
It looked like it.
It looked like it, but it also always looked like Argentina would mess up at a crucial moment and let France back in the match. Right. Scaloni to the manager. I don't care what you talked about with Di Maria and the trainers and about how many minutes he was allowed to play.
Yeah.
This is the World Cup final. You should have kept him on the pitch.
Yeah.
Once you took off Di Maria and put Acuna on, it changed the match because France, there was no worry from anybody. There was nobody to worry France outside of Lionel Messi at that point. When you had Di Maria in the match on one side of the field, a lot of times Messi's on the other side of the field or in the middle of the field, right? So there are 2 areas where France still has to worry about dangerous players. You take that person, you take Di Maria off, they have to worry about one area of the pitch, wherever Messi is. And at that point, France took over. France took over.
One of the goals was scored from Coman actually robbing Messi on that left side of the pitch, which if Di Maria is there, you may not even have Messi going over there doing that. You're not losing the ball possibly. They're combining. It's something,
You could tell Messi didn't trust Acuna passing him the ball. But if Di Maria was over there, Messi wouldn't have had to dribble over there. He would have been able to find Di Maria, and France would have been in place and, worry. France's ball retention was low. When Di Maria was not on. When Di Maria was on the pitch,
And he was still creating, too. He was creating. He had that one assist. He pulled it back. Someone dummied it. Messi picked it up, and his shot missed a little bit. So and that was not long before he got taken out. So, it was also interesting because the announcers were saying that they were going to bring Di Maria off, and Di Maria was telling them, no, I'm okay, let it go. And it was just like, if he's saying that, then just leave him on. Like, if he's saying that, let him give him. I would say at least till 75, and then thinking about it, it's like,
fuck it.
It's like, or even if you have to take him off, then put on Lautaro Martinez and shift someone else over there.
Yeah.
Like, put on someone that can be dangerous, even though we know Martinez is playing like ass and he's not scoring.
He's getting chances,
He's
though.
at least getting chances and creating danger, so someone else, and which is kind of what happened. Like,
you have to worry about
created
him.
that at the end. He hits the shot finally. Bounces off. Messi scored it.
Yes, that's his assist.
Yeah, that's his assist. So he can still create danger and make France worry. Acuna is not. At all. He went over to the corner flag and tried to hold the ball for 8 minutes.
With 8 minutes left in the match. He's trying to shield people off in the corner.
It's like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Scaloni got nervous, and he went straight into defense mode. Right. He thought he would bring on the left back to play left mid, and they would be solid defensively.
For 25 to 30 minutes.
And ride out a 2-0 match, a 2-0 victory, while just letting France have the ball.
Right.
And that was just
wild.
Not right. That was the wrong thing to do.
That was wild. And, that was wild. I mean, Deschamps taking off Giroud and Dembele after 40 minutes.
Wow.
One thing, and so that was interesting because as we were talking, I was just like, I'm so glad people got to see what Barca fans have seen with Dembele for so long, which is that for a bunch of games in a row, you'll be like, yo, this guy is he's the next one.
He was amazing throughout the tournament.
He's next up. Like, he can, because when he's at his peak, he can do everything.
I was asking you. I was like, this is like, is this how he plays for you guys? Like, he's going crazy.
Right. I remember I was in an airport watching the France-Australia game, and so I was a little far away from the TV, and I see this winger on France just going crazy, like beating people. Cause I'm like,
he was outstanding.
Yo, who is this guy? Have I not heard of this guy? And then they finally go a close up and it's Dembele. I'm like, okay. But people don't know. People don't watch Barcelona all the time, so you don't see that Dembele does this. He'll play amazing for 4 weeks in a row. Like, he'll just go crazy, and then all of a sudden for 4 more weeks he can't do anything.
When they play Real Madrid and then Bayern Munich in the Champions League. When it's the big matches, the important matches, you need him to play well in. Is that what it is? Or it's just those stretches randomly. It could be against bad teams.
Yeah,
as well.
It just happens, man. It just happens. Like, he'll play really great. I think there was a game against Juve in the Champions League where he's just cutting in and scores a bender from like 25 yards. And this one, Messi was still on the team and stuff. Like, it's just like, you're like, yo, he can do it. And then against other times, and now it was like a year ago or 2 years ago where his contract was up, and Barcelona was basically saying, okay, we're not going to play you, or you need to sign your contract, or we're not playing you, or what have you. And then they realized, oh wait, his contract ended. They didn't want to play him, but they still had to play him because he was playing too well. Because he just had an extra dimension with his pace, with his dribbling ability. And like, he can cross really well when he's focused, and he can give assists. He can do everything, but then he'll have those times where he does nothing. And so in the final, it was just like, that was one of those times, and that really let people know who weren't Barcelona fans, like, oh yeah, he can. Whoa, where is the guy that was here for the last month?
Yeah, that was weird.
It was like, what just happened, bro?
He couldn't do anything. He couldn't control the ball, complete a pass.
Passes were bad. Like, yeah, and so I was not surprised that Dembele came off after 40 minutes. I was a little surprised that Giroud came off, and I'm assuming, I guess, tactically that they realized they weren't putting the pressure on Argentina's back line or something.
Yes, definitely.
Which, like,
he wanted to introduce more speed,
more pace, and really,
obviously ball retention, right? He was losing the ball a lot, Dembele.
Right. Oh, no, I'm thinking Giroud.
I'm just talking about both of them in general.
He's
more speed,
yes.
and someone who's gonna, be more dangerous.
Right.
Dembele was not.
Dembele was not at all.
After he was every single match this tournament.
Every game. Some people were saying he was their second best player after Mbappe.
He was.
That's what people were saying.
I might give it to Varane. he's
Varane,
going to rock back
Not
there.
Giroud.
So.
He's been scoring goals.
Giroud.
He's been scoring goals.
He's someone who carries out his job. I wouldn't say he was their second best player.
Okay.
Dembele was above him. I would put Varane and Rabiot,
Yeah.
even Tchouaméni.
Yeah.
My boy was doing so well the whole tournament.
Yeah.
And Konate, I think he's very understated back there.
No, yeah, he is. He's a beast. Konate is a beast. France has a bunch of it's still, their team is still unbelievable. And it's still, you just have to remember, they're missing 3 borderline or just straight up world-class players.
Yeah.
With Benzema, N'Golo Kante, and Paul Pogba.
2 world-class players. Paul Pogba is underneath them.
All right, that's why I said borderline.
Okay, gotcha.
Borderline
gotcha.
or world-class.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so, but it's just like, you're missing 3 of your top players. And we know for France, Pogba turns up. Like, we know, like, when he's with United, when it's a club team, he be playing around. But when he plays for France, all of a sudden he like enjoys himself and just wants to show everyone he's really good. So it's like, but still, obviously borderline world class. But I'm just saying, we know that when he comes to World Cup time, he like leads them. He's in the dressing room giving speeches and doing like, it's just like, who is this guy? So that just like, they're such a deep team, and you like don't miss a beat when you bring these guys on. And so when this final happens and, this virus is going around and people are getting sick, it's like you said, like Eva said, it's like written in the stars, man. It was just something had to happen. And for Messi to get this one, I don't know.
Man.
But to go back to the stuff, I think I might have left Giroud on longer just because, he's scoring goals. Like,
right.
We know already.
If you trust your team to create chances,
exactly,
then why take him off?
We know what he brings. He's not Mr. Fast Man going to run by people and push defenses back. That's not what he does. So it's like, that. I mean, but maybe that's just an admission that I got this one wrong. I shouldn't have gone with Giroud in this game. I shouldn't have done that. So
2-0 down. Let's put that pressure on them.
Right.
Bring the speed. Just run at them.
Run at them.
See what they can do in that situation.
They were too comfortable, and obviously Giroud, and maybe this is what you were saying. I think Giroud was a victim of Dembele playing so poorly.
Yes. Of course. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think about it like that. Okay, but yes, most definitely.
If Dembele is playing well, that is the pressure on them, keeps them honest,
and keeps Giroud dangerous.
And that. So I think he fell victim to Dembele being trashed that game, and so he had to come off because it's like, we need people that are just gonna attack them. You know what I mean?
Yes. And people may say if Giroud had that chance in the 124th minute that his substitute had, he would have scored, but Giroud's lack of pace may not have gotten him that chance. Yeah. We have to remember that, everyone.
That's very true. That's very true. So,
is that the most crucial save of all time? People are arguing that against Iker Casillas' save on Arjen Robben's breakaway, but Netherlands had about 30 minutes left to play.
Right.
And
this
France had
was,
one.
Oh, man, that's goodness gracious. I mean, it could. I thought, I was like, wow, that's it. When that happened, I was like, man, Argentina's gonna lose this.
They're gonna lose. And
that save came up. It was like, this is ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. That could be the most
crucial save in the history of football.
Yeah, we're just
that was the best match ever. It was the best match ever.
I mean, it's just, and I also just like, it just puts you in so many different emotions depending on who you were rooting for.
Right.
You're down, then you're up, then you're down,
then you give up.
Right. You like are done.
Then you're like,
you're finished.
Wow, it's over.
That's it. And then you come
they're
back.
Definitely gonna lose now,
bro. It was.
That's the best match of all time.
It's tough. I'm that Liverpool coming back from 3-0 down in the Champions League final, and then winning on penalties because your keeper went crazy saving mad penalties and stuff. That's
tough too.
That's a tough one. Too. That's a tough one. That's tough. I mean, I think it was just being completely unbiased. It's got to be between those two. I can't think of
the city one is very fire, but it's not. Those two are the standouts.
Those two
3-0 down Champions League final and 2-0 down comeback 3-2, then 3-2, then 3-3 in extra time to Pens.
Then mad chances at the end.
Because
you had that one, then they went right down.
Argentina had a chance. Oh my goodness, Larturo should have scored like twice,
like 2 times. Right, he could have scored. And so, but we know he was just playing like ass this tournament.
The header was crazy.
That came right after that save.
Those were nerves, bro.
Oh yeah,
because
he's nervous.
Just attacked it too early to the point where he connected with it while his head was too far swung.
Right. That was, and even if we're going to be honest,
that was disappointing.
The shot that he had that the keeper saved that landed to Messi,
should have scored that.
He probably just he should have scored that too.
And the one that got blocked, he should have taken first time. There was another chance, right?
That came across.
It got blocked, but he should have hit it first time. And if he has the confidence, right, that he does at Inter, exactly, he's hitting that. When Lukaku passes him that ball, he's hitting that first time from his homie, and then they're going to hug and be best friends in the corner, celebrating in front of the fans.
Facts. So it just it came with all these. Oh man, there was a lot in that game. And then penalties happen, and the French players they just couldn't follow through. Man, they just couldn't follow through. And no. Martinez was amazing too in goal. We gotta just.
He was. They didn't have enough experience though. As funny as that may sound for a team who repeated.
Right. Because they had all these new guys come in.
They still
take the place of all these other guys.
Exactly. They didn't have enough experience in that moment to be calm.
Right.
Chaumini, great player.
Yes.
I just noticed that in this tournament.
Right.
He's in my team of the tournament over Modric. Some people would say I'm crazy. Not me. He didn't have the experience in this moment to just put the ball on target.
Right.
And he'll get that.
Definitely.
He got that yesterday. He got that experience yesterday.
Yeah.
You know,
in 4 years' time, when the
Rabiot, he wasn't a regular starter.
Right, before. He rejected France. They tried to bring him in for 2018 to be on reserve, and he said, "Nah, I'm not coming as a reserve."
Right? No. And Dembele, he doesn't He doesn't have the
4 years ago
experience to stay focused and locked in the final.
Facts.
It gets him taken out, Giroud taken out. Giroud is one of their penalty takers.
Right.
It's all,
And then you're missing Benzema, who's going to take a penalty.
He's taking a pen.
You're missing Pogba, who's going to take a penalty.
He's taking a pen.
So it's like, you're coming in with a lot of guys that are younger and that makes sense. It makes sense. And that team in 4 years is going to be scary.
See, then you have Giroud, Pogba, Mbappe, Griezmann.
Right.
And who was the other person you named that would take a pen?
Benzema. Yeah. That's five. That's probably 5 minutes.
That's an insane pen lineup. See? Because Giroud wouldn't have been starting because Benzema's there.
Right.
So they would bring him into the match later for pen time.
Yeah, definitely.
That's an experience that doomed them.
Right.
And, just experience.
Yeah. And I think
that just sounds crazy because they were in the last World Cup final.
Right. But it was like, there's a lot of different players in there, and just a lot of players that were not their starting player. Like, if they had their full starting team, it's like, man, I don't think
Benzema's not missing that chance in the 124th minute.
Right. And you have Benzema, and then we just had Mbappe up top, really, who was like, okay, he's going to do it. But if you have Mbappe and Benzema together, off the years that both of them have, Benzema just scored 44 goals or 46 goals or whatever. Like, it's just, It takes even more pressure off Dembele. Right. Exactly. So I mean, it was the wildest game I've ever seen. The wildest game I've ever watched. Best game I've ever watched. Like, I'm glad we waited and just watched the whole thing and just had to experience that, because
amazing.
Man, That was, and you wouldn't have even believed it, like, because sometimes obviously not a World Cup final you're gonna watch regardless, but some games you're like, all right, man, let me just see the score. I'm probably not gonna get around to watching it.
Right.
And then you see, oh, that happened. Oh, I should have watched that.
Yeah.
But to have missed this one, oh man, I can't even to have just gotten wind of the score or something. You had to experience it when it had to. I had people that texted me saying, "Oh, I'm a football fan now. After this, I love football now. I got to watch this. I got to understand this more."
Wow.
It's
Wow.
really,
wow.
It really hit. It really hit for a lot of people. This game really hit.
Yeah. No, that was amazing.
That was all right. So, team of the tournament. Who's your team of the tournament?
My team of the tournament. I set mine up in a 3-5-2.
Okay.
I have in goal. I have Martinez from Argentina, obviously. Right. I have Varane at center back or at left center back. I have Otamendi at the center back position and Konate at the right center back position. Right. I have two holding mids in Rabiot and Tchouaméni. My honorable mention for the holding mid spot is Bellingham. Okay.
Young Jude.
Yeah. Modric, of course he's always in the running, but I don't know. He was great. In front of those two holding mids, I have Neymar playing on the left, Musiala from Germany playing the attacking mid spot, and Dembele from France playing on the right. And up front, I have obviously Messi and Mbappe.
Okay. For me, I had Martinez in goal.
And my coach is Tite.
Okay. No, I like that. I have Martinez in goal, Varane, Otamendi, and Thiago Silva in the back line.
That's a good one.
Two holding midfielders. I have Casemiro and Rabiot. And then I have Neymar, Modric, Dembele, Messi in front of them, and Mbappe in front of Messi.
Does Casemiro honestly deserve to make it over Tchouaméni, or are you just saying that because you love him as a player? I just remember him losing the ball more frequently than I've seen him lose it. And obviously I have to rewatch the matches.
Right.
Those are just some of the things that I remember about Casemiro this tournament.
See,
and I love him.
Yeah. No, I mean, fair question. I remember him being so solid.
Okay.
And
say no
just,
more.
I mean, I remember just one-on-ones, people trying to go by him, and he just, no.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No.
That's interesting. And that's funny how we look at the match.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, how many times is he keeping the ball as a center mid? You know what I mean?
Right.
But yes, I have to watch them back.
We will
to watch
those,
his all-around performance as that defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
I just remember him losing the ball a little, not even a lot more.
Right.
Just in times where I've just seen him at Madrid with Cruz, Modric, and all these other guys around him just keep it. I saw him lose it a couple times, but he's not playing in the same system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're talking about all the times people are trying to dribble by him.
Yeah,
and you know what I mean?
It sticks out for me.
I gotta watch. I gotta pay attention to that as well.
Yeah. It sticks out for me because when watching La Liga, when it was Real Madrid with Barca and Messi's there, Ronaldo's there, and all this stuff, the only real player I really saw just destroy him was Messi. Like, he was like the only one I saw that would literally face. There's games where he would face him up in the center circle, look dead in the eye, like, yeah, we're one-on-one, and just body swerve him and go by him to the point where Casemiro just had to slide and take his legs out from behind.
Right.
Like, it's just like,
wow.
And so it's like, yo, and then I'm watching other players try to beat him, and he's just like, no. Someone else tried to do a step over it, no. And I'm just like, yo, he's different. Like, so that I look at that because I'm just like, I never saw anyone besides Messi really just square up with him and just
cook him up.
Just do him in the middle of the pitch in front of 85,000 people. No, you can't. And then Casemiro, in this game, this was the game actually where Barcelona won 3-2 when Messi scored a last minute goal.
Okay.
Casemiro slices him down. Obviously everyone's like, ah, and then Casemiro just goes over to him, just picks him up. It's like, yeah. Like, he just is like, yeah.
You caught me, bro, but I got to take you down.
I have to take you down. I'm going to pick you up. Messi doesn't do all the diving and all this stuff. He just gets up and then, like, that's it. So it's just like, I really fuck with
It's like that
Casemiro.
respect he had for him. It's just
yeah.
like, bro, yes, I know I cooked. I just took you out because you cooked me up.
Right.
I'm gonna help you up. Bro.
Right.
It's nothing personal.
It's not
I'm
personal.
doing my fucking
It's
job,
just
bro.
business. You know,
it's just business.
That's it. It's nothing personal, just business. But no. I want to watch this games over again. I also remember like it was interesting because like a lot of the like Brazilian press and stuff, it was like they finally realized that they were really like, whoa, Casemiro is nasty. Like they were just like,
okay,
he's really holding it down there. Like
I gotta rewatch.
And people were like, you know, it's crazy because in any other team, probably Fabinho is just walking into the starting lineup.
In that bitch.
But in this one, he just knows like, yeah, Casemiro is that guy. You
and
know?
you know what's so crazy? That was a thing for me when I was creating my 11.
Yeah,
I was like Casemiro or Tchouaméni.
Right.
And I was just like, I just feel like Tchouaméni, and maybe it's because I didn't have expectations for Tchouaméni.
Right.
So probably anytime I see Casemiro lose the ball, because I'm just so used to him always keeping it, I'm probably like, damn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it probably wasn't even as many times as I'm thinking it is in my head.
Right.
But I'm watching Tchouaméni maneuver throughout these matches as this young kid, basically.
Was he 20 or something? Yeah, 20.
Right?
Yeah.
Just keeping the ball, breaking up play. He gets the big goal versus England. The big goal versus England was kind of huge to me.
Right.
That kind of maybe gave him that edge.
Right.
And yeah, bro, that was a big discussion in my head.
Yeah.
Casemiro or Tchouaméni, and I was like, come on, man, give it to the kid, man. He just he exceeded any expectation, but I had zero expectations, so anything would have exceeded my you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I may have just rushed to put him in there and just thought back like, Casemiro, what do I remember about him? And I was just remembering like, damn, sometimes I thought he should have, like, he made a bad pass there.
Right.
But he was doing so much more.
No, he was doing a lot.
That it's not fair to, you know, decide in 30 seconds who I'm going to put in my team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to watch the matches back.
Right.
To really
have not just what you remember, but what like is on. Yeah. No, that's true. I also, you know, and we talk like Tchouaméni to me, nasty. Of course, I mean, really played well. It's funny because I didn't like his passing to me was like, like I'm seeing him trying to hit some long passes. They're not really coming off, and I'm judging him against Pogba, who when I see him play for France and is in there, it's just like 50-yard, 60-yard pass. It's light. It's like okay,
of course,
light. So I'm just like, no, he's playing really well, but like his passing needs a little bit of work. Obviously, he's young, like he can do that.
Right.
But that's what and maybe I'm just thinking of it because I'm judging him a little harshly because I'm like Pogba does this. Pogba's fucking 30 years old. He's he knows what he's doing with the national team. You know, so. And then I'm looking at Casemiro and I'm like, damn, he's just stopping everybody. He's like, no one goes by him. Like, he just holds down the center of the pitch, like his positioning and all this stuff. So, you know, we go watch them again. It'd be interesting to watch those games back and just see what we think just based off watching the games back again, you know?
And that's why I think the easiest pick is Modric. Mm-hmm. But I also think Bellingham is a good pick over both of them as well because he had an impact, you know, in terms of goals scored, setting
assists.
up, being a part of the goals that England scored. Right. I think he has a real, real claim to that spot as well. And I honestly feel like I should have put Rabiot and Bellingham as my holding mids, keep Musiala as my attacking mid.
Right.
That's kind of how I would have liked to put my middle three after a bit more thought.
I would have. See, Musiala for me, they just didn't. You got to get out your group for me.
But he was the best player in the tournament.
He was nasty. He was nasty.
He was the best footballer in the tournament. I would say, bro. I think he and Neymar were the best. No, am I tripping? Just in terms of
just
like obviously Messi.
Right,
Mbappe, I get it. Right. You know what I mean? I get it. Those two were the best, right? Those were the best. But in terms of who's getting busy, every time they get the ball, there's something that they're doing that's wild with it.
Yeah.
It was I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping about Neymar.
No,
am I bugging saying Neymar is in that group?
So
I thought he played really well.
That's
maybe I'm forgetting.
Because Neymar for me was good. If I'm just looking at just who,
and I don't like Neymar.
Right? No, I know. for me, when I'm just looking at just when they got the ball,
Musiala most definitely.
I'm looking at Musiala. Like,
okay,
if we're taking out Messi and Mbappe. And,
yes, okay.
We're just looking at who
I'm fair in that assessment.
Yeah, Musiala was, and
he was the best in the tournament in terms of just being a player and getting busy out there, cooking up every time you get the ball. It was Musiala for me.
That's what I remember. Now I also wonder if I'm stuck because similar to you, I had zero expectation for Musiala. So I was just like...
Me too, but he was different.
He was going crazy. And he was just shaking people, like, in tight spaces, doing the Iniesta, bop, like, right around people every time.
So the people were scared to foul him because he's just dribbling around people in the box.
Yeah.
It's like they don't even want to make a tackle.
Right.
Because they don't want to give a penalty type shit.
Right.
But
No. He's just cutting people up. My only thing is, so the reason I say you have to get out your group is because, for me, the pressure is different once you get out your group. Like, I like to see it. Okay, you got in the group stages. We're just playing, and you get out. Now every game is one and done. So I'm like, okay, what are you doing now when the lights are on after that? You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
He definitely gets honorable mention for just being nasty. Like, and I think, like I said, I had zero expectations for him. I actually didn't really respect him. I had seen him a couple times for Bayern. He just like this weak little kid that was coming in at like 17, 18, and I was just like,
same.
All right, who is this? But now I'm like, oh wow, he's nice. Like, I see why he's starting for Germany.
Yeah.
Like this, like, and now I'm like, man, I want to kind of watch his games before, because I think Gavi won the Young Player of the Year award, and people were like, well, Bellingham and Musiala were really good too and could have won it. Some people were complaining they could have won it, and I was like, this Musiala, he's trash.
Right.
But now I'm like, oh, okay, I have to see.
I see what they see.
Yeah. I gotta watch him.
Now.
I gotta watch him more.
He was wild.
He was really good. I like Jude Bellingham too. There was one moment in the USA game which kind of let me know that they didn't respect the U.S. players, or at least he personally did not respect U.S. players. There was one moment where it's a throw-in that's happening, and Bellingham is like near one of the midfielders, and someone else is taking a throw-in, but he's just like kind of fake checking, just like doing that over and like looking at them every time, and like fake checking to the ball and then backing away and just like with his shoulder, just like faking it. And I'm just like, you wouldn't do that against Rabiot and Tchouameni. You know what I mean? You're not doing that against Casemiro and
Modric.
And you're just doing that because you don't respect Weston McKennie. You know what I mean? You don't really respect his game like that. I think it was McKennie, one of them, maybe Tyler Allen, one of them was in there. They was just like, okay, you don't really respect.
He's like, they don't even know football.
Right,
that I'm just doing this just to do it.
Just to do it. Like, I was
to
like,
create a distraction.
Oh yeah, that was funny. But no, yeah, I'd say Musiala definitely gets honorable mention. Tchouameni definitely gets honorable mention. Just of the tournament, Alvarez up top, I got to give him honorable mention because he just worked, man. I get it.
If he gets one, see, that's the thing. If he gets one, to be honest, I would put Richarlison above him because he's just a worker too. But he had, some otherworldly moments, right? The volley, scissor kick goal. Then the triple header, keeping the ball up to himself, and then the 1-2, someone plays it back pretty sharply to him within 10 yards, perfect touch and finish.
That's true.
Right? Alvarez can't do either one of those.
Right. No,
respectfully.
I agree. Alvarez had a couple moments to that run from midfield. But
from what I saw from his technical ability.
Right. No, definitely. I can see Richarlison going over Alvarez if we're looking at honorable mentions. I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
And I was shocked by Richarlison's technical ability because when I see him play in the Premier League, I don't see him
it's non-existent.
being Mr. Technical. Yeah, at all. So, yeah, definitely. What does this mean for Messi? What does this mean? Is he the best of all time? Is the debate settled?
I don't think there's any question. There's not a footballer in the world better than Messi.
What?
There's not a footballer in the world better than Messi, man.
It
was just a revelation.
Yeah.
It was tough. Great tournament. And Messi is just, I don't know, man. There's nothing you can really say. There's no one to ever step on a blade of grass and kick a football who's better than Messi. He won the World Cup. He's won everything you could possibly win.
He won everything.
He's played the game at the highest level. He is a better, all-around footballer than anyone, including Cristiano Ronaldo. Right? Because he has the playmaking ability.
Right.
The dribbling ability. North, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast. Right? Not just north, south. Dribbling ability.
Right.
That's huge especially when comparing him to Cristiano.
Right.
He's just the example of what a footballer should aspire to be.
Right.
Messi is the GOAT. Thank you, Messi, for everything.
You got to.
Everything you've given us over these years, the great moments. Thank you, Cristiano, as well.
Of course.
We're not doing, we're not trying to downplay Cristiano.
No, at all.
But Messi, he just plays the game in a way where he still involves everyone else, right? The people who are around him, his teammates, they like him.
Yeah.
They like playing with him. They're not, in a state of nervousness, right? When it comes to making a mistake, they know that the camaraderie and the team aspect is still a part of how Messi gets his success.
Right.
And I think that is, and how the team gets his success, really lies on how well Messi does as well, right? It's a back and forth thing. It's not one person being worried about himself and, the team's success comes along with it.
Right.
Both depend on each other.
Right. Right.
And they can fight for him and he fights for the team.
Yeah. No,
Messi, we love you, man. You're the GOAT. The best athlete of all time, not just footballer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I think, like you said, he's won everything there is to win, and he's been the catalyst for the things that he's won. It's not like he's been on the periphery. Yeah. It's not like he won this, but he's too old. But, like, these main trophies, especially the World Cup and Copa America, like, he's the guy. Like, it's if you don't have him, you're not winning. I think that's the way. If you didn't have him, you're not winning those trophies. So, from watching him, from when Ronaldinho was on the team, you're talking about 05 to 06, like, all these different moments. And then just, the times when, like, he quit the Argentina national team. I think it was like 2016 after one of the Copa America losses, I think on penalties. And I think he missed his penalty.
Yeah. They begged him to come back.
Right. But
the players too, right?
The players did and stuff. But it was like, it was at a time when,
he had given up.
He had, but also a lot of people in Argentina were like, you're not really Argentinian. There was a moment in his career when people from Argentina were saying, you don't really care about Argentina. Yeah, the way you care about Barcelona. You're not really. You're really Spanish because you went to Barcelona when you were 12 or 13.
Okay, I kind
of
remember this.
Yeah, people were like saying, you're not really Argentinian. Like, we don't really like you like that. Like, and like, he constantly deals with stuff. Rest in peace, Maradona. But he constantly deals with not only the comparison, but Maradona will come out and say, there was one time he was talking to Pelé, and they were talking about Messi. He was like, yeah, he's just not a leader. He's just not really a leader. He can't really lead people, this and that, And so you're dealing with, stuff like that happening. You got people like, there were famous news personalities in the States that have made their careers off of trashing LeBron James.
Yeah.
You had that in Argentina. You had a very big media personality kind of rise up. I'm pretty sure he saw what some people did in here for LeBron.
Wow.
And then he started doing that to Messi. And just being like, he's not really Argentinian. He's not really that good. Anytime, and then when that was in that stretch where they lost like 3 Copa America finals or 2 finals or whatever.
Right.
It was just constant. Like, this guy was
an
huge.
Argentinian Skip Bayless, if you will.
Exactly. I didn't even want to use his name to give him any shine. But,
yeah, fuck him.
But yeah. So you had that. You have stuff like that happening. So it's like, to still, after all of that, after the losses, like 4 major losses, you got the World Cup and the 3 Copas, and to still be like, to have quit and been like, all right, you know what? We're going to do it again. We're going to try again. Like, that shows a lot. That just shows the mental strength. That just shows the discipline, the mindset, and just like, I'm not stopping until we do this, you know?
Yes.
So that's a whole other thing that I just respect about him, and just really
forget that.
You know, taking all of that and still going, you know, because then obviously you have the comparison for Ronaldo. Oh, you know, and just when he was just winning everything with Barcelona, all the time you would hear, but he can't do it with his national team. You know, that's the thing that you would just always hear. That's cool, and it's like, he's clearly better than Ronaldo as a player. Like, he's just better than Ronaldo as a footballer.
Yeah,
but
it's not really.
It's just not. It's not even a question.
I hate to say that, but just when it comes to being a footballer, Messi is with respect. Yes. With respect. It's just Messi is a bit above him.
Right.
You know?
Just a bit.
Just when it comes to things he can do on the pitch.
That's
it.
That's it. That's all we're talking about. So, I think he's really separated himself from that debate and from a debate with really anybody now, because, with Maradona, they say he's got a World Cup. Well, Messi has that too. And he scored more goals. And he scored the most goals like in a calendar year. And he's got the Champions League. And he has 7 Ballon d'Ors. He's probably going to get another one after winning this.
I think he's the only player to win 2 golden balls in the World Cup as well.
Really?
Yes.
That's okay. That's interesting.
Yes.
And it's like some of the stuff. I mean, Mbappe has now scored the most goals in a World Cup final.
He's going to have the record for most goals in a World Cup.
It's going to be
by the time he's done.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he stays injury free.
How many did Klose have though?
I'm not sure. You can look that up.
I meant
I just mean
I said in the World Cup total, right?
You said that, yeah. Okay. I just mean the actual final. Like he has the most goals in the finals of World Cups.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
I agree. He will have the most goals in World Cups generally. I can't see that unless he get if he stays injury free and doesn't have like a Ronaldo Nazario moment. I can't see anything really stopping him if he keeps going like this.
He's scary. He's scary.
He's what, 23, 24?
Nah, he's got to be like 25. Respectfully, he's got to be like 25.
Is he?
Yeah.
I guess because he won his first World Cup at 1920. Do we know? Like, we can.
I'm almost positive he's 25. Man.
He's 23, bro.
No, he's not.
He's 23 years old.
Oh no, it's over.
Yeah, that's because he won his first one at like 19. Yeah.
Oh, it's over.
So he's 23. Actually, he's 20. He turns 24 tomorrow. He turns 24 tomorrow. His birthday's tomorrow.
So he's 24.
December 20th. So he's 24. So his next one will be 28. He'll still be, because I think he's one of those guys that's dedicated. He works out. He does all that.
So he's
stuff.
24, right?
Yeah, 24. Yeah, he turns it tomorrow. Yeah. So he works out. I think he's gonna still have his pace and everything at 28.
And he has 12 goals in World Cup history, correct? Yes, I just looked. I'm pretty sure I just saw it.
Okay.
The most ever is close at 16.
Oh gosh, that's good. Oh my goodness.
It's going to obliterate that record.
He has 2 more World Cups minimum. 28, 32, and he could do 36. Possibly if Messi's at 35.
He can do 32. He can do 32.
32?
My fault.
Wait.
He can do 32.
Yeah, what do you mean can do? He will do 32.
No. He's technical enough. I'm just worried about.
Okay.
I'm just worried about the north to south syndrome.
Right. Oh, okay.
Just
gotcha.
being a north to south speed based player.
Right.
Can go at any time.
Yes.
Right. If Messi.
Yes.
If Messi happened to do his hamstring or his knee or something at age 30,
right,
he could have still played in an Iniesta role and been outstanding, and people would say, just look at how he changed his game. Right?
Definitely.
And played till 35, 37 in an Iniesta, Modric type role.
Yeah.
If Mbappe, God forbid,
yeah.
Right? But look at what happened to Fernando Torres. Like, there's a lot of players who that's happened to.
Yeah.
And if you're north to south with nothing else to your game,
right,
it can get dark for you.
Yeah, quick.
If the speed leaves. Let's not even say through injury. Let's say,
as you
an
get older,
eating habit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just right.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
Older. Yeah, if you're not working out as much,
if you're not working, just Wayne Rooney
on that, right?
And he wasn't even just north to south.
No, he wasn't, right. But it can affect your career.
So 32 can be iffy for some.
It can.
If you don't progress,
if you're not dedicated,
if you're not dedicated, right, and healthy.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I thought you were just saying at 32 he might.
No, at this rate, at his health and current standard, of course, 32 at age 32 he can succeed. But we've seen it stop for some.
Right.
That's all.
No. We will see because that's very true. And
Mesut Ozil, he ended early. I feel like his kind of downward slide, right? Alexis Sanchez, I'm feeling like 32, age around there, 30, and not to say they're on the same level as Mbappe, but it's players who are in that upper echelon,
right? Can fall out of it.
Can fall out of it quickly.
Yeah. No, definitely
with no notice, and a north to south player,
right?
Which he's added more to his game, but it's more likely for someone whose game is based on speed.
Yeah.
Not to say that's all his game is based on.
But it's a big part.
It's a big part, right? And that can change at any time, right? Especially age 32.
Right. No, definitely. It's
and that's why Messi separates himself.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And that's why, I think with Mbappe learning from Neymar and Messi, and which he's clearly been doing to up his technical ability,
right,
and his ability to play in different ways, I can see him as he stays dedicated. And if he stays dedicated, 32 should not be a problem. I see him on that kind of. If he stays dedicated, at 32 won't be a problem. But yes, speed can go at any time, and if you're not able to do different things, and your game is 80% speed, that's going to be a problem. That'll be a problem for you. That'll be a big problem. So
it can be a problem.
It'll be, but yeah, with if all goes according to the plan,
yes.
He with this team, he's just so lucky too that he's got this team, this team that has mad young people for next World Cup. It's almost gonna be the same team that played at this World Cup,
right?
So it's just bro, yeah, we're doing this.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
And
Euros is in 2 years.
2 years.
They can win that, get a boost, more experience for these young guys,
right? And you can really start to phase out some people like Pogba,
Griezmann, maybe bring in Camavinga,
right? And start having him play. Yeah, it's gonna and Mbappe. Wow, because in 4 years' time, at 28, he'll probably be the captain, leader guy. That'll be interesting too. As I think we talked about this last
pod, they don't like him.
Yeah, with his likability ratings in the squad, not seemingly the best. That'll be interesting, and we know. His ego, he just won the Golden Ball at the World Cup. People are praising him. He just scored a hat-trick at a World Cup final. I'm sure even though they lost, his ego is probably through the moon now. But really, this may be the best thing that's ever happened to his career, and for football. It may be the best thing that happened for football.
Why is that?
If he just goes in, wins this World Cup, wins the Golden Boot, does all this stuff, he may start taking his foot off the gas. It may just kind of be okay, I've won the World Cup twice. The first 2 times I played in the World Cup, I won it 2 times. That's too much power for someone to have so young. You're at 24 years old.
Yes, yes.
Or someone like Messi had to work for it almost his whole career to just get one. And Ronaldo got 0, So now he's got something to motivate him.
Wow.
Like you said, he has to go back and see Messi every day, see that World Cup winner in his face. And now he locks back in because, Messi and Ronaldo are kind of on their way out, obviously, but Mbappe, Haaland might be the next duo, So maybe he locks back in and realizes. And
he plays for Norway though, bro. Yeah, that's the only problem.
No, that's true.
You mean at club level?
At club level, right? When you have
that's more Zlatan type of style.
Exactly. Zlatan got unlucky to play for Sweden. Respectfully,
yeah,
but he's still one of the best.
Is there another play? Okay, for me, there's another player though who's in that discussion who can force his way even more into discussion.
Okay, who's that?
Who's on a great national team as well? My favorite player, Vinicius.
That's very true.
We may have a three-way battle, and it could become Vinicius versus Mbappe because they have the national teams around them to win big international trophies.
Right.
And then Haaland will be the Ibra, you know, the guy who everyone says, oh, yeah, if he was born in another country, he'd definitely be that guy because he would have won international trophies.
Right.
You know, and I like Haaland. I won't say I love him because I think his technical ability, although it is high, doesn't match Mbappe's or Vinicius or the other greats like Messi.
Right.
So he's a great goal scorer, though. You know, much respect.
No. So far.
And a great player. He has good technique as well. We cannot. I'm not downplaying his technique. It's just, you know, the others' technique.
Right.
Is
so
a bit above
level.
his, you know. They can do things in tight situations to maneuver out of pressure in ways that Haaland can't, and Ibra could as well. Right, his technical ability is above Haaland's as well.
Right. No, yeah, I think that's fair. I think Vinicius is definitely a good shout. I think he's also kind of, you know, he's at Real Madrid. It's just had a great club for him. He's got that leader Benzema right now, but I think hopefully he'll be able to get into that role as Benzema. Benzema
take
just
the
turned
level
35.
up in production, go a level up in statistics, if you will, right?
Yes.
Goals and assists.
And,
Let's just make it simple.
And just in importance to, like, Benzema right now is the guy.
Importance to their success.
Right, you know, and at a certain point, I'd like to see Vinicius become that guy. Like, okay, we need Vinicius to score 40 goals, or Vinicius to score 30
or
goals.
bail us out of trouble when we're down 2-0 in a Champions League quarterfinal.
Something like that.
And he goes and scores a hat trick.
And everything is on him. He is the standard bearer for the team. So I would like to see him get there. And, you know, obviously, see, he's in a situation now. It's interesting because he's got Benzema at Madrid, and obviously Benzema, you know, he's 35 now, so we'll see how long that stays. But then he's got Neymar in Brazil, so Neymar's only 30. So it's like, okay, Neymar's going to be there. Well, we'll see, because obviously Neymar has said he may not play anymore and everything. But so it'll be interesting to see when it's time for Vinicius to kind of step up and potentially be the guy for a club and country, you know.
And Vinicius is 22. He turns 23 in July.
Oh, okay, wow, okay. So after the season's over, really, he turns 23. So yeah, I think
he'll have some time. I think. Even in 4 years.
Facts. So, well, I would say hopefully by 27, he's the guy. I would say hopefully by 27, 28.
Neymar's 30.
Neymar's 30.
Okay, at 34, let's be real. With Neymar may not progress the same way as Messi did, you know, to be the guy at age 34, right? Like Messi still is at age 35. So maybe even though Neymar has a chance to still be the guy for Brazil at 34. I think Vinicius, if he progresses correctly and at the right trajectory, at the right speed, he could still overtake Neymar as the guy in 4 years. It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible.
I would definitely
at age 27. We would hope so.
I would say it's possible.
More of a passing of the torch at that point.
27 to 34. 27,
Come on,
20,
bro.
34.
Kaká overtook Ronaldinho. Well, let's not get into that.
Okay.
Let's not get into that. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I know that's your guy.
Yeah, but also I don't think that's true.
Yeah, no. That's fair. I'm not even going to argue that with you.
Okay.
I'm going to let you have that. I'll let you have that. That's not even what I'm mad at.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to Arsenal.
But yeah, no,
the battle rapper, not the football team.
That'll be interesting over the next 4 years where Vinicius is in relation to Neymar in the Brazilian national team. We got to keep an eye on that.
And Haaland in comparison to Mbappe and Vinicius.
Right.
I think that is the next
hopefully we have
Zlatan, Cristiano, Messi discussion.
But hopefully, how old is Haaland? Is Haaland 23? Is Haaland
I hope he's like 25, but I'm sure
I don't think
younger.
so. I think he's like 23 also.
No, you're probably right.
So it's like...
It's just his national team isn't going to have success.
Yeah, that's...
It's just him and... Is Odegaard there or no?
Yes. Odegaard is Norwegian
those
as well. Odegaard is Norwegian. So, maybe, you know, hopefully... Holland's 22.
Oh, wow.
He's July also.
He could do it. He could do an Ibrahimovic and get his team to the semis of a Euros like Ibra did off the back heel versus, was that Italy?
Yeah, that was Italy. They got to the semis in that?
I might be tripping, but
that was Euro 2004.
That was 2004.
That was a classic tournament. That was a classic. I mean, that England-France game in that tournament, oh, man, that Rooney burst onto the scene. Beckham missed the penalty.
Zidane free kick, I believe. He scored one.
In the last minute, he threw up and then hit the free kick.
Was that against England?
Against England. Yeah.
It was.
That was. Yeah. In the last minute to win the game. That was, I still have the 4-4-2 from that year. Man, that was a classic. That was a classic tournament. But if Holland's 22, Vinicius is 20, you said what, 3? Yeah, 23.
Vinicius is 23 in July.
And in July. So Vinicius is 22, Holland's 22, Mbappe is 20.
My apologies. They got to the quarterfinals.
Okay.
And lost in pens to Netherlands.
In penalties. Wow, to the Netherlands with Edgar Davids in the midfield.
Yes.
So Holland's July also. So Holland and Vinicius have almost the same birthday. So they're basically the same age. And Mbappe is 23. So, okay.
Oh, Holland is 23 in July as well.
Yes.
Okay, so wow. Yeah. He and Vinny are the same age. And Mbappe is
23.
Wow.
So we got three guys at the same age. Oh, man, that's great.
And Jadon Sancho, you had your chance, my G, but you went to the cursed United. You were actually going to be my favorite player when you were at Dortmund. As soon as you went to United, I had to X you off my list. And I want you to get back. You're a great player, man. Get back. I'm just going to throw you respect and your flowers because you're a huge talent. Let's do it that way, bro. Let's leave it at that. I want you to get back, bro.
Oh, respect.
I wanted you to be my favorite player, but obviously as a Pool fan, I couldn't have that at United, and I'm not going to go into anything else. Get back, bro. Cook up.
Respect. So, okay. So top three right now we
Musiala
have
and Jude Bellingham
exactly
are the two.
Right there too.
They're 4 years younger.
So, and
you know,
I got to see how old Pedri is because he's nasty too. I know that people you might exactly. I knew that was the response you're going to get, but Pedri has to be in there, bro. People don't. For a lot of you guys that just watch Premier League and care about that, like you don't really see how good Pedri is. I'm telling you, he is one of those guys. He's 20 years old right now. He was balling his ass off at 18, 19, and really being like the next Iniesta in this Barcelona team. Like he's ridiculous, bro.
Say no more.
But we got 6 young guys.
Shomini gets a shout as well.
And hopefully Camavinga.
That's one of those. Hopefully, but we can't say that yet,
now,
right?
No, that's why I said hopefully.
Facts. I get what you were saying, but respectfully, we can't name him just yet.
Put him in this group. Okay.
France has him playing at left back.
It's okay.
Shout out to him.
Okay.
But he's a left back for France. Shomini bossed his way into the side.
And Real Madrid
Jude bossed his way. Musiala bossed his... Say what you were about to say. Say it.
Real Madrid bought Shomini to replace Casemiro. And they sold Casemiro because they got Shomini.
And who plays when they bought Camavinga before Shomini? Don't leave that out.
Oh, yeah. They play Shomini over Camavinga.
Camavinga, I want you to be in that group. Same way I wanted Jadon to be in that group before he went to United. Only because I'm a Liverpool fan. That's the only reason why I don't want him in that group anymore. Skill-wise, I still want him in there. Camavinga, cook up, bro.
Yeah.
Get in that group. Because Jude, Shomini, Musiala, they're in that group right under the Vinny's,
right,
Haaland's,
Mbappe.
And Mbappe's. And Mbappe is above everybody
right
now.
Let's keep that in number one. Mbappe is number one right now. It's no question.
And Haaland thought he had it because of how well he was doing in the Prem. Mbappe just took that to another level because he did it in the World Cup. Just because he was born in France.
That's what
Sorry,
happens.
Haaland.
Yeah. That's what
no
happened.
disrespect. They did it to Zlatan too.
Yeah, that's how it is. So, Holland's gonna have to go extra dextra crazy,
Super duper.
in the leagues that he's playing in. Whatever league he's in, he has to go super duper bananas.
Exactly.
Because Mbappe has a chance to do it in the league and then in the international tournament.
Exactly. When just the eyes on it. Let's just say the eyes.
Right. I mean, the man scored a hat trick in a World Cup final. Holland, you got to score like 10 goals in a Premier League game to like kind of get
in
you know
one
what I mean?
match,
in one game, bro. You have
and win a quadruple. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to do something like that.
Right.
Sorry,
you have to be the one that finally gets Pep a Champions League trophy. League trophy. You have to be the one to do that.
Exactly.
Like that's what you have to do.
And you have to beat Mbappe in the final
and in a fight. No, just kidding.
And in a fight, no,
just kidding.
You got to hook up. No. But you have to beat Mbappe in the final, and before that final, you have to tell your center backs to shut him down completely for Holland's legacy.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Mbappe
it can't be 4-3. You score 4, and Mbappe scores a hat trick.
Scores a hat trick.
Yeah,
right.
It can't be like that.
You have to communicate to your center backs your position. I am from Norway. I'm never going to get a chance to play in a World Cup final against Mbappe. This is it. So Diaz and Laporte or Ake,
Rodri, everyone.
You 3, 4, 5. You have to shut down Mbappe, Gundogan for my legacy.
Right.
I have to score 4 goals,
and I'm scoring for all of your legacy.
Exactly.
So this is a we're reciprocating here.
Exactly.
You help me, I help you.
Exactly. Ake.
Right.
I'll leave it at that. We went 4-0. That looks better. That looks good for you.
Right.
But yes, he has to go head to head with him in club football and outdo him
and go crazy
in finals. In at least one final. I would say probably 2 semifinals, but I'll say 1 semifinal, and I'll give him 2 group stage matches if they're ever in the same group.
Right.
4 times head-to-head with Mbappe, you have to outdo him as Holland because you can never outdo him internationally.
Right.
Just because of where he was born, unfortunately.
Right. And we get that that's luck. We get that is out of your control.
Zlatan had to deal with it.
Zlatan, and he's forever a legend, and he had to deal with that.
Because he did legendary things on the international stage.
Like, look at what he did. He's scoring a bicycle kick against England from 45 yards out.
I was watching it live in my computer lab in college. I screamed.
That's the kind of shit you have to do. Scored a back heel against Italy, a jumping back heel, not just a regular back heel. In the air, a dude is jumping on the post trying to head it. It goes over his head. Like, that's the kind of stuff
we need that from you.
You got to do. That's the kind of stuff you have to do.
Up the technical ability, bro. That's all. Up the technical ability. Yeah. You're outstanding.
No. That's
word to Gap Band.
This is it's great. It's great to think about what's coming next, man. We got if those 3 come up strong,
there's a good future for football ahead.
Yeah, with these kind of people, and they're all in different leagues, so it's like Champions League is where they're going to have to meet.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
We are going to need at least 2 of them in one league at some point. We're going to need a Messi Ronaldo kind of
head-to-head matchup
in the league.
And Mbappe's got to go to. He can't go to Madrid because
right.
Vinny's there.
Right. That's the thing.
Come to Liverpool. Go head up with Holland.
Yeah.
Go to the pool, bro. Mbappe, pop out. Pop out to the pool, man. Anfield wants you, bro. You'll never walk alone, I'll tell you that. The people don't like you in France. Your teammates don't like you, bro.
Yeah, teammates.
You'll never walk alone. You'll walk on water if you come to Liverpool, Mbappe. Pop out.
Yeah.
Go head-to-head with Haaland. Show us you're better. I know you are. Come to Liverpool. Come to Liverpool, bro. You'll be hailed as a king. Trust me. You're better than Fernando Torres in his prime. You're better than Luis Suarez.
In his prime.
You're a better footballer than Steven Gerrard.
Whoa.
Come to Liverpool, bro. You will be a king. and the team will love you because we love players who lift us to another level.
You know what's funny? I think you all were talking to Mbappe, or it was something that was going on while he was considering the Real Madrid move. And didn't you kind of turn him down because of ego and stuff? And
nah, I never heard about that.
You didn't hear about that?
You need to show me the files because I never heard that. You're not going to get me to agree with you about that.
Oh, no worries.
I never heard of it.
I'm saying no worries.
So don't ask me another question.
Different
about
question.
It. I've never heard about it.
Different question.
Okay, shoot.
Can I ask you a different question?
Shoot.
Didn't you not want him because of ego?
Never.
You never said.
Never. I never said that. Don't do that, bro.
I'm asking.
Don't do that during my pitch, bro. Don't do that during my pitch to this man, bro. Don't try to throw shade on my pitch to this legend.
I'm not.
To this legend, bro. This man has 12 World Cup goals, and the most all time is 16. I'm throwing a pitch to him to come here and take on Haaland head to head at a team that will love him and give him love that he doesn't get at the international and club level, and you're trying to throw salt on it? I never said that.
Listen.
I have to be stern with that, bro. That was crazy. I can't believe you just tried to do that during my pitch to this man.
No. I apologize. We could have had that conversation another time. I apologize.
No. You tried to say, didn't you say? You should have. When you said, didn't you hear? That was fine. But you know I never said that. You know I never worried about that man's ego. I never had anything bad to say about his ego. The only news I get about his ego is from you.
No, like I said.
Am I lying?
No, I can. Yes, I definitely give you a lot of information.
Retract that statement.
I just said I apologize. I was wrong.
Retract it.
I was wrong to do that. It's retracted. I retract it.
Come on, man. That was crazy.
I was wrong to do that.
Damn.
That's on me.
I never ever brought that up. That's crazy. You're the only one who's brought that up before. And during my pitch to get the next best player in the world after Messi, because Messi's almost done trying to get him to my club, that's when you throw those allegations out there that you've never even heard me address?
Like I said, I was wrong. I don't remember hearing.
And it's retracted. I need you to say that again, bro.
Oh, I was wrong, and I retract everything I said. I was wrong, and I retract it. I apologize. I was wrong, and I retract it.
Yo, you need to tell Mbappe to go to Liverpool off the strength of that alone. Because we don't want that to be diluted. My pitch, bro. I need you to make a pitch for him to go to Liverpool and go up against Haaland, bro. That's the only way that's fair, man.
Listen.
Make that pitch. He's never going to go to Barca. So come on.
I'm not even saying, of course.
Come on, bro. Even it up. That was crazy. Even it up, bro. Make the pitch.
Killian. We need you in the Prem, bro. Okay?
And?
We need you in the Prem to face Haaland. We need you at Liverpool, bro. Okay, we need you at Liverpool. It would be legendary. It would be magical to see you at Anfield. Okay, so
come on.
That stuff didn't happen. It didn't happen. I was just asking. It was a bad question to ask. It never happened. You know. So I apologize. Go to Liverpool. Please forgive that. All the statements were retracted. So please head to Anfield.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I could tell you didn't put your all into it, but I respect it. I respect it.
No, I admit I was wrong. I was wrong for that.
And just because we're thinking about that, as a real nigga, I don't care.
Okay.
As a real nigga, just because you're French, bro, I would let you turn us down only if you go to Arsenal, because Henry, the legendary Frenchman, was there. So if you want to go to Arsenal and move Gabriel Jesus out to the left, then you have Saka on the right. Oh no, he loves playing on the left. Let Jesus continue to be the pivot. He loves playing down the middle. I would only respect if you went to Arsenal and not my squad, just because, Henry.
Oh, man.
On the left, same as Mbappe cutting in from the left, I would respect that. I would respect that.
No, that would be
I'm
amazing.
Unbiased, people. I told you, I'm unbiased.
That would be amazing.
Amazing, right?
That would be.
And imagine he took the number 14.
Now, we'd have to go and see a couple games there.
If he goes to Arsenal, I would respect it, man.
Oh, man, we'd have to. And if we'd have to go back to London. We have to go back there. We definitely have to catch. Oh, that would be
it.
That would be wild.
They have someone who plays down the middle in Jesus.
Right. And then, I mean,
that would be crazy connection.
Yeah.
Jesus and Mbappe.
Then Odegaard right there too.
Odegaard. Partey.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be, oh man. That would be something.
That would be different, man.
That would be something.
Yes. You know, like I said, I'm unbiased, people.
Listen, this is all fair and balanced coverage.
Yeah.
Fair and balanced footy coverage, you know? That's all we're doing here.
Yeah. I'd love to see another Frenchman on the left getting crazy at Arsenal. I don't care.
No, that's a fact.
I appreciated Arshavin doing that on the left. Gave me Henry / I don't even know type of vibes. Henry / another player with some power to his game too. You know,
right.
Arshavin was just different,
he was different
in his prime.
He was
that
different.
was a wild motherfucker.
No,
bro.
he was different. He was definitely. No, he balled. He definitely balled. I mean, like we talked about that 4-goal performance against.
Even Alexis
Liverpool,
Sanchez.
Yeah. When he
was
came,
getting crazy at Arsenal at first.
No, he definitely was.
Bro, I don't know why, but if Arsenal, when they have one of those guys, it's just a little different. Like, I don't know. And maybe that's just me being programmed from seeing Henry do it and being that guy. But when they have that guy, it's like their team just goes up a level.
Right.
The attractiveness of their football even goes up.
Yeah. No, definitely. When they have that, when they get it right, it's different.
It's different.
When they get it right, you know?
When they get it right.
When they get it right. You know, even, I mean, there were times when Ozil was balling with them. When Ozil was just different. So, but you know, listen, y'all, this was great, man. Footy convos we could have all day.
Amazing.
You know? And so I know you're seeing the content's coming out. We're going to keep doing this.
It's not the last one.
We're going to keep bringing it to you. Almost Pro Footy Club, Almost Pro Footy Pod, Almost Pro Footy Group.
AFPF gang.
We here.
And if this goes out first, right? We may put this one out tonight. The final was yesterday. We may put this one out tonight. We'll put out a bonus episode of us talking after the semifinal, or maybe not even after. Yeah, 2 nights before the final.
Right.
We'll put out a bonus episode of us talking before the final, the night before, a little 45-minute episode. So check that out, even if they're not necessarily in
the correct order.
In the correct order in terms of when the matches happened.
Word. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all later. 1.
I get accused of stuff like that. I don't really.